I kind of just made it up, like I do most of the thoughts that come out of my brain and put on Twitter. So.
Well, it's great for all of us to follow. Any new thoughts on the number now that Asdrubal Cabrera is getting your old one?
I don't know, to be honest. I think 39's available, and it's a multiple of 13, so I think I might roll with that.
All right, sounds good. How's the arm feeling, though? I think Mets fans are a little more interested in that. How's the arm feeling right now?
Yeah, as am I. It feels good. I started throwing a few days ago. Obviously, we did a physical, once we came upon an agreement, and I passed. So I'm happy and feels good every day, and I'm excited to be tossing the ball around again.
Jerry, what was the process coming back, making that decision to come back to the Mets? Was there a lot of discussion with other teams, or was this a place you always wanted to be and kind of zeroed in on it?
This is my first time being a free agent, so I definitely, kept my ears and eyes open because, it's a new thing. I definitely had my eye on New York, and I was hoping to come back. It was a great fit for me. Unfortunately, I got hurt, but, there was a need there. The team is great. The organization is solid, and the fans were nothing but good to me. So, I kept the dream alive to come back, and it ended up working out.
You kind of mentioned it right there why you did decide to come back to the Mets, but was there an aspect of it, the way that last season went, where you said to yourself, you know what, there's a little bit of unfinished business here. I want to come back, and I want to be able to be that piece that I hoped to be and was going to be last season?
Yeah, a little bit. I try to refresh every year and kind of build off what happened the year before. There's a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth because, being injured, it was my first time on the DL. It was a tough year. But, I just try to do everything I can day to day. I don't worry about, unfinished business in the past. I just kind of want to do my job as much as I can every day.
How tough was last season not being able to be a part of that run when you're watching the team go through the postseason like that? And then also just the kind of freak nature of the injuries. It was something that I'm sure probably contributed to the frustration.
Yeah, it was tough. And I hate to sound selfish because it was an amazing run. I really enjoyed it. It was great, for everybody involved. I enjoyed it, watching it. It was tough as a competitor and as a teammate, wanting to be out there personally and with my guys. But, with the way that, it's hard for me to feel sorry for myself, but I definitely don't. I'm grateful that the injury wasn't structural, it wasn't elbow, it wasn't shoulder, so, I can bounce back. But, I just hope to be a part of something great again this year.
You had mentioned earlier in our conversation, that this is a great fit in terms of the guys, and it's a great bunch of teammates to be around. Even though you weren't a part of the team for all that long before you got injured, how much conversation was there with your teammates throughout the season and now ultimately in this offseason once you re-signed?
Unfortunately, we had quite a bit of guys go through Florida where I was for most of the year. So I kept in contact with a lot of those guys. And Twitter's a great tool because you can direct message guys. And, I'm always the one to send an encouraging tweet. But for the most part, I just sat back and watched like a fan. And when needed, I had some guys reach out to me from the pen and, just try to, be a fan as much as I can and enjoy watching the game and watching the run.